so delicious.
My name is Jason, this is my backyard barbecue, and welcome to another episode of Texas Coastal Construction. If you're new to barbecue or want to learn how to smoke meat, one of the best cuts you can start with is a pork butt. If you go to your grocery store, you're not just going to see pork butt. It's going to be a pork shoulder roast, a pork shoulder butt, or a Boston butt. These are all the same thing, and in barbecue we call it a pork butt. What makes a pork butt great for beginners is there's little prep, no trimming, and it's a very simple and straightforward cook. So let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is just score through the fat on the top of the pork butt using a sharp knife. Just do a horizontal checkerboard pattern. This allows the seasoning to cut through the fat and get down and into the meat, and allows for a more seasoned and even cook. Okay, the next step is to grab some gloves, and we're just going to put mustard on your butt. This isn't for flavor, this is just a binder for this seasoning. So make sure you get it down and in between the cracks on the salt, or the cracks on the fat. And get the bottom as well. The next step is to coat it with a generous amount of rub. I'm using this Honey Hog Barbecue from Meat Church. This stuff is great for any pork product. It's sweet, it's salty, and I'll put a link down below to their website. They ship all over the country. So just do a real generous amount, getting it down and in the correct crevices. This is a thick cut of meat, so you can't over and make sure you get all four sides. See how easy that was? We got all of our rub applied, and now we're just gonna let it rest for about 30 minutes. Pellet smokers are a game changer when it comes to barbecuing and smoking meat. You can buy a stick burning offset pit for $200 to $300, but it is almost impossible to get a good product off of one of them unless you are literally gonna sit there for 10 to 12 hours and babysit the fire for the entire cook. Wood pellets, on the other hand, they are simple to use, easy to maintain, and very easy to cook on because you just set the meat and forget it, and it maintains the temperature for the entire cook. And the best part is you don't have to spend a fortune. Any starter wood pellet grill will do a very good job for you. Traeger makes an excellent wood pellet grill that starts around $300. So does Pit Boss, and there's a few other brands that I would highly recommend. And the best part is, with Memorial Day right around the corner, this is the best time of the year to get a good grill at a great discounted price. So it's been about 30 minutes since I seasoned my pork butt. Normally we would fire up the grill and get it on, but I'm actually cooking this for a group of people tomorrow. So I'm not going to be putting it on until tonight around 2 o'clock in the morning. But let's take this time to talk about the pellets that I'm going to be using. So for the first 3 to 4 hours, I'm going to be using these. These are the Traeger Signature Blend Maple Cherry Hickory pellets. Now, I'm not going to use these for the entire cook because this bag is expensive. An 18-pound bag costs about $20 for those pellets. In an effort to save cost, you only need the flavor pellets for the first couple hours, 2 to 3 hours of your cook. That's when the flavor comes in from the wood. After that, all the wood does is just give it color, and the heat cooks the meat. So about 3 to 4 hours in, I'm going to switch to these guys. This is just a standard oak pellet that I got from HEB. This 30-pound bag only cost $11. When it comes to smoking a pork butt, a good rule of thumb is to start to cook 12 hours before you're ready to eat. I got my Traeger fired up to 275. It's good and warm. So let's get the pork butt on my smoker. All right, there we go. And now this is the beauty of a pellet smoker. I'm going back to bed. I'll catch up with you all in the morning. Morning. So it's the next day. It's at 8 a.m. We've been rolling for about 5 hours now. So let's check on progress. One thing I forgot to mention last night was when you put your pork butt on the pit, you put it on fat side up. One rule in barbecue is if you're looking, you're not cooking. So there's one step that we need to do is we need to start spritzing our pork butt. So we're going to hit it with this. This is a mixture. It's 50% apple cider vinegar and 50% apple juice. If there's something that you need to do. And oh wow, it's looking great. See the dark mahogany color? So just spray it really good and make sure you spray it with all sides. Close her up, let her sit for another couple hours. The next thing we need to do is fill up our pellets. This time we're using the cheap ones. It's now 10 o'clock, so our pork butt's been on our smoker for about 7 hours. So it is now time to wrap it. But before we do that, let's take a look.
Certified badass.
So the first thing you want to do is spray down your butcher paper with more of your apple cider vinegar, apple juice mix, and then put a couple blocks of unsalted butter. Then place your pork butt on top of the butter. Now you want to spritz your pork butt really good with your mixture of apple cider vinegar and apple juice. The next step is we're going to add some honey. A pretty good amount. And you can add some on the butcher paper too. And then to top it off, just crumble on some brown sugar. Generous amount. Now put a couple more blocks of unsalted butter on top of your pork butt. All in all, I used about 4 tablespoons. Now we wrap. Fold over each side, put it on top, fold over each side. Straighten this out. And then you just wrap it just like a Christmas present. You want to remember which side's the fat side. This is the fat side. You want that on top. So we just fold this under. And then fold this under here. And there we go. Make sure it's good and tight. So now we put our pork butt back on the smoker. We're going to let it cook for an additional 2 to 3 hours. That's it. It's that simple. When it comes to wrapping barbecue, especially a pork butt, I like to use this. It's a pink butcher paper. You can find this at almost any supermarket. You can also use aluminum foil, but I like using this because the smoke still is able to penetrate through the pores of the butcher paper. All right, so it's now 1:30 in the afternoon. I just got home from church. So that would have our pork butt on for about 10.5 hours. So we should be about done. So now we're going to take an internal temperature reading to see where we stand. So this is another nice thing about wood pellet grills is they come with a thermometer. So you just plug into that probe, open up the pit, and then we can just put this probe right into the pork butt. Oh yeah, that's good. And just push the button and it'll tell us, yeah, we are way done. Our pork butt's done. We actually went a little bit over our target temperature. Usually you want to be between 205, 207, 210, and we were pushing 220. But that's the beauty of a pork butt. It's not like a brisket. You really can't overcook it. All that's going to do, that extra time, that extra temperature, it's just going to break down all that collagen, and it's just going to make it super, super tender and super delicious. So now we need to pull it off the smoker and we need to let it rest for about an hour. So it's been a little over an hour since we pulled our pork butt off. So now we're going to transfer it out of our paper and into our serving pan. You want to be careful to not lose any of the juice. The smell is absolutely delicious, by the way. And this is how you know a good pork butt's done. This bone just completely just comes right out, no issues whatsoever. That's how you know you have a good butt. And then, so all you gotta do now is you can use things like this and then just shred it. Look how easily that just comes apart. I can't help myself. Come on. That is so delicious. So this is why we barbecue. Good people on a beautiful Sunday afternoon enjoying good barbecue. And a pork butt is the perfect dish for those that are just looking to get started. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this video informative. And until the next time, we'll catch you on Texas Coast.